The Flower City, one of the many sites where CEBL history is being made tonight. We welcome you to CEBL Friday for the matchup between the Winnipeg Sea Bears and the Brampton Honey Badgers. Very pleasant good evening, everybody. This is Aaron Sanders, and it's a pleasure to have you alongside for history. The first quintuple header in CEBL history. All 10 teams are playing, including these two teams at the CAA Center. We begin the tale with the Winnipeg Sea Bears, where they kickstart their 2-game Eastern Conference road trip, and they hope to get their first win in the last 4 tries. The last time they won was their season opener back at home. The Brampton Honey Badgers, they're looking to avenge a loss to the Montreal Alliance in a school day game on Wednesday. Currently, they are 0-6, but they hope to get the wheels rolling in this, a very special night. That's the tale so far. I'll be back in a moment, but let me throw it to the tag team that will be on the action and on the call tonight. That is Matt Bonomi and Charles Kesey. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good stuff. Thank you, Aaron. Matt Bonomi alongside former U Sports CEBL.
Thank you, gentlemen. Coach, we talked in the morning shoot-around about the rough start that the Brampton Honey Badgers have had, but what are some of the positives were you able to find in the first 6 games of the season?
Definitely think the positives, you know, the guys are gelling together.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Brampton Honey Badger head coach Sheldon Casimir. We're going to take a timeout, and when we return, we'll have the opening tip-off between the Winnipeg Sea Bears and the Brampton Honey Badgers when this CEBL quintuple header continues in a moment. Live from Brampton, you're watching CEBL basketball on TSN Plus, Game Plus, CEBL Plus, presented by Tony Beck. Back after this.
Check in with Aaron, who's got more on the East-West matchup from the Brampton side of things.
Well, you're looking at both sides, definitely. So I spoke to head coach Sheldon Casimir earlier during shoot-around, and I also asked him this. Have you noticed a difference between the style of play in Eastern Conference teams and Western Conference teams? And he simply put it as this. For Eastern Conference teams, they're more up-tempo. They're more focused on their power forward and wings. And for Western Conference teams, they have more size up in the front court, and they show the toughness. And here's an interesting fact, gentlemen. When it comes to the Sea Bears, since the conferences were established a few seasons ago, Winnipeg has been 2-3 against Eastern Conference teams on the road. For the Honey Badgers, in the last couple of seasons, they have been 3-3 at home against Western Conference teams. Will that change later on tonight? We'll have to find out. Guys, Kobe, we saw at the beginning of the game, you guys turned the Jets on, and there was a lot of speed when you guys were able to attack the basket. How were you guys able to attack the basket so easily in the first 20 minutes?
I think it just starts with our defense.
Second half, Winnipeg, they have been red hot from three-point land. How are you going to be able to contain them?
I think we just got to stick with our principles and just contest shooters.
Mike, this team struggled a little bit in the opening minutes of the game, but you guys were able to find your ebbs and flows outside of the three-point line. How was this team able to shoot so confidently, especially down the stretch before halftime?
Well, we've been working very hard on our shot selection and our shot creation. I'm really proud of the effort, not only from our starters, but from our bench. I thought we got a lot of good contributions.
And what's it going to take this second half and the first win in about 4 games?
Transition defense needs to be a little bit better. Defensive rebounding, we got to be a little bit stronger. I think our bench gave us a great boost despite the foul trouble. So we're excited to see how we can come out and really compete with offensive rhythm this half.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Back to Matt Bonomi. Aaron Sanders here on the CEBL quintuple header Friday. Welcome back to the CAA Center in Brampton. Now, more on the interview that I had with head coach Sheldon Casimir. One thing I asked him, is it any surprise to you at all that Quindary Weatherspoon is the leader for this Brampton team and leading in points? He says no, that's what he expected right from the jump. And you already see how effective he was early in the second half. He ended up with 10 in the half. He has 4 more in the third quarter. Matt, coach. Thank you, gentlemen. David, this team trailed for most of the second half. You guys were without Quindary Weatherspoon, and you still were able to take the victory. How were you able to pull it off?
You know, the 2 techs on cue were tough, but basketball is a next man up sport. I think
what was crucial, too, was the discipline that was displayed in the last few minutes. How often did coach emphasize discipline, especially when you guys were down a man?
You know, we wanted to emphasize defense, especially because of the way we played the last few games.
Step 1 out of 2 in the weekend done. Now the next battle is against the defending champions. What are you going to take away from this game and try to put it into the game against the Niagara River Lions?
I think we did a good job sticking together, and you know, obviously defensively we were really solid. We rebounded the ball well, so we got to bring that into the next game. You know, obviously Niagara's the defending champs. Very good team. They play well together and they're very physical, so we're going to have to bring it, especially on the road.
Congratulations, and we'll see you again in a couple of days. Well done.
Thank you.
David Muenkat, your player of the game as the Brampton Honey Badgers get their first win. Back to you, Matt. Back to you, Charles.